Hello there, I'm David Edwards and I'm Product Manager at Mobile Viewpoint and Vislink. And we wanted to talk to you today at SVG's session about the IQ Sports Producer case study that we've implemented at Dagenham Redbridge Football Club in conjunction with BT Sport. So Mobile Viewpoint has been working as a technology provider with BT Sport for really quite some time on their National League football, enabling them to get that content out of their grounds and into their production centre. We've been thinking for some time about how there may be better ways of fulfilling viewer expectations beyond the Tier 1. We're all of course familiar with those big Premier League games and other sporting experiences where you have a multi-camera shoot, you have other production materials in there, you may have studio discussions, and you may have on-pitch interviews, and all of that really sets an expectation for the viewers as to what they might like on their other games. But of course, not every game you can afford to cover like that, and certainly not at every single league. So we've been looking at new ways of bringing new operational efficiencies into those sort of lower tier events, enabling you to do more for less, I suppose. And so bringing that engagement that you get on those classic Tier 1 games into those lower leagues. And perhaps that enables you then to get more engagement in those lower league games, get more viewers, and maybe be able to draw more revenue out of those events. So we've been looking at how we can use our AI-driven IQ Sports Producer technology to automatically capture and produce these games. In this case, Dagenham Redbridge Football Club.
Televised sports production has been the same for a long time, but now it's changing. Meet IQ Sports Producer from IQ Video Solutions. With the power of artificial intelligence, professional productions can now be created without an on-site camera crew and thus at a fraction of the cost. The AI has a high level of automation. It tracks both the ball and the players. It overlays the scoreboard and graphics, and it creates highlights and replays. High quality, easy and affordable sports production has never been so easy. Tap into new possibilities with IQ Sports Producer from IQ Video Solutions.
Okay, so there's a brief overview of what the product can achieve. And in terms of what you can achieve out of the product, let's look at another sport.
IQ Sports Producer from Mobile Viewpoint uses high quality 4K cameras to give superior image quality. Advanced AI technology detects a player and ball action. The AI engine can track the action even if the area of play is momentarily obscured. The video image is processed to deliver and direct an engaging broadcast production with smooth pans and zooms just like a professional camera operator. Audiences are brought to the heart of the action through sound from a high quality microphone array positioned near the action.
So a lot of people ask about how you manage to capture that content, what sort of camera technology do we use? And so within the Mobile Viewpoint IQ Sports Producer cameras, we have a panoramic camera and we stitch those images together. And of course, we all know that when we take panoramic pictures, we get a warped photograph. And so within the technology here, we have some de-warping picture that enables you to zoom and pan across the pitch and get that correct geometry that you would get out of a more flat camera solution. In the solution, we use high quality cameras and we enable them to be stitched together so we can zoom across the playing area. And we of course know that camera solution and camera qualities matter. You know, we have seen other products on the market which use camera technology that is very similar or derived from webcam technology, but the camera technology that we put into the IQ Sports Producer cameras is a full frame rate, a high quality lens and a high quality sensor, and that enables you to get broadcast quality pictures. And we do this with our new Stellarcam.
With Mobile Viewpoint IQ Sports Producer, create live professional sports productions without an on-site camera team, now with an outstanding level of quality you haven't seen before. The new mobile Viewpoint Stellacam is designed for artificial intelligence-powered live sports production and is a new addition to our range of cameras, fulfilling the need for automatic coverage of demanding sports in high quality. Mobile Viewpoint is launching a camera with full broadcast frame rate. Our AI system can be deployed for a fraction of the cost of a full production crew, allowing you to economically bring new events to viewers or free up resources to capture new and exciting content. With fantastic image quality and full 50 or 60 frame per second support and adjustable lenses, the Mobile Viewpoint Stellacam is now a key component of IQ Sports Producer, the platform of choice for automatically capturing live sporting events.
So using these high quality cameras and the AI engine that sits within the server at the site, or can be deployed off-site in a cloud implementation if you wish, we've managed to put together a solution that we implemented at Dagenham Redbridge Football Club. We put together a multi-camera shoot, one with a centre camera, panoramic camera, and 2 side cameras. And that enables us to give the capability to give a different perspective when the sporting action moves into the more exciting areas, the goal areas in the case of football. We can focus on that, and that gives the camera perspectives changing, the tracking, the pans, and the zooms that you get out of a fully manned multi-camera shoot. It gives the viewer the sort of perspective and the feeling that you get out of a Tier 1 game, but with an AI system that drives it over a multi-camera shoot, giving that perception of something that they've become more used to at those higher quality productions. Today, Vislink and Mobile Viewpoint are at Dagenham Football Club installing an AI-powered IQ Sports Producer system. It enables us to give a multi-camera sports production at a much reduced cost to a classic installation, but it still gives high quality.
The Mobile Viewpoint IQ Sports Producer can be rapidly deployed at sports stadiums, big or small. IQ Sports Producer utilizes high-resolution full-frame rate cameras. Cameras are simple to connect and power with power over Ethernet cabling. The camera system can be scaled from single camera to multi-camera systems to suit your needs. The AI system is quick to configure to give a dynamic and exciting sports production. The produced content can be streamed out from the stadium via public internet or over bonded 4G or 5G cellular networks.
So you're wondering how the game went. How does the quality look? What does the production look like? I can show you now a video that we captured just the other day from a Dagenham and Redbridge versus Boreham Wood game, and we can have a look at some of that content now.
So what you're seeing here is IQ Sports Producer's capability to have multiple cameras installed at a sporting ground, and the ability to track that sporting action through the AI engine, and the ability to automatically switch between those cameras and to track the excitement and the drama of the event, to be able to follow that action and bring it close to the viewers and convey all of that sporting excitement. So where do we go from here?
Well, we see that AI technology has a very real place in delivering on viewer expectations into these lower tiers where you can't afford to deploy a full team. We have AI solutions now that give you multi-camera shoots on any game, and of course we know that at the moment there may be camera teams present at some of these lower tier matches, and we would suggest that those camera teams, they stay in place because they can be redeployed and capture maybe on-pitch interviews and give that extra perspective that you get out of those Tier 1 games. And so you can actually gain much more to those lower tier matches by combining an AI camera system with a manned camera system. And we can go further still than that, because Mobile Viewpoint, we have an AI-driven studio production system that enables the production of camera switching and choosing which shots to have within a studio environment. That can also be deployed within a sports production. And so you can add not just the production of the event itself, but you can add in the discussion program and the punditry that you get on a Tier 1 production. That all adds to that feeling. And with all of that content, of course, export it and use it on social media. We know that, posting things on Twitter, again, engages viewers and maintains the viewer engagement beyond the match itself. So all of that capability to add and export clips is available within Mobile Viewpoint's AI solutions. So I think this takes us back to the thought of how you can fulfill those viewing expectations beyond the Tier 1 by delivering a multi-camera shoot, by delivering the ability to export things to social media and extend the engagement beyond the match itself, by maintaining the use of the camera people to deliver more to the production whilst using the AI to track the game itself, and potentially to deliver yet more again with discussion programming through another AI system. Then you can bring much more to those lower tier games than you could with just a single camera shoot. And maybe you have some content that you have rights for that you can't afford to produce at all at the moment because you can't afford to send out a production crew at all. Now maybe you can deploy an AI system and you can bring that additional content into your portfolio and gain revenue from that, as well as delivering a more engaging productions on those lower tier events that you are doing at the moment. And so really that's our vision for how this AI technology can be deployed, and we think the Dagenham and Redbridge production in conjunction with BT Sport is really valuable and drives the technology forwards to something that is now implementable across lots of lower tier events.